Okay, we should have sound now, I hope. I can't believe they offer no way for me to check and see if the sound is on. Totally stupid. So I'm going to grab YouTube. And we'll go to my channel. We'll go to live. We'll go here. And here. Here. Yeah, see, they don't offer me any way to check the sound. Unbelievable. Okay. We're up and running. Maybe. Check. Do we have sound? Type it in the chat box. This damn thing. Yeah, I got sound. Bullshit. All right. Okay, good. First thing I did was straighten this edge out because it's ridiculous. Let me move this. Now, a lot of people use the rod method. I don't, because the flaps warp when you do that. So I just take and draw a center line on this thing. That's where the... And they don't look as nice as what I do either. I don't think. Let me get a pen. Let's see. I can't afford StreamYard anymore, so I have no way to tell what's going on. I'm telling you, this YouTube business is not what it cracks up to be. You know, there's guys on YouTube making big money, and I can't even cover expenses. I need some kid to take my channel over. Make it interesting. Thank you, Roy. Okay, right next to that line, we're going to draw another line on both sides. I don't know if you can't hardly see it. There we go. About a 16th inch away on the top, and then turn it over and do the bottom, about a 16th of an inch. Okay. And this doesn't have to be perfect. You're going to sand it, we sand it anyway. This is just a guide to give you about an eighth of an inch trailing edge on the flap, centered in the on the 3/8 flap. So you want an eighth in the middle on a 3/8 flap. Now, if my buddy still had the body shop, I would be using 36 grit to do this, but the best I got is 60 and 80. Okay, we have a line down the middle, approximately 1/8 of an inch. This is 60 grit. It's not the best. 60. You see it right there. 60. We'll put it on a block here. And we'll start shaping. Come on now. I forgot how to do this. No. Go down until we touch it. I'm sanding halfway up the way, you know. Because we're airfoiling this. Airfoil flaps look a lot better, and they don't warp. You know what I didn't do? Is I did not weigh this before I started. We need to get half the weight off of it. Let me get the scale. I'll get the scale. Of course, it doesn't matter. This airplane is going to be heavy, but it's always a good practice to weigh this stuff as you go. Yeah. Well, this scale ain't working, so we'll get the other one. I got a triple beam scale, but it's a pain in the ass. Okay, there's grammages. Settle. Jumping all around. It weighs 9 grams. 9 grams to start. Is that right? That can't be right. Ah, shit. I gotta get the triple beam. Batteries are dead. Just can't win. Okay. You get to see what I'm doing. You can't see what I'm doing. Fuck yeah. That's 10. That's 20. What the fuck? There we go. I'm gonna have to clean this thing up. It's all. $25.5 grams. I knew that couldn't be 8 grams. There's no way. All right, let's get back to sanding. Yeah, that's not the right one anyway. This one. Yeah. 26.5. Okay. All right, we'll see where we are when I get this. I'd like to get it down to ½ ounce, but I don't think that's happening. I had to do a demo on the rod method one time to show you what happens. Except it takes longer to set up than it does for me to sand these. Well, what would happen to Bud Morrison? He was supposed to come back and participate. Missed him on the Hangouts. Okay, the trick. Yeah. The trick of sanding with this coarse sandpaper is knowing when to stop. You notice that I sand this way, then sand, you want to exit like you would a cylinder. And she's picking up a nice curve now. 60 grit is a wonderful thing. Actually, 36 is better, but 60 is all I could get. Because I ain't buying no 36 grit. You buy one sheet lasted me 30 years. Okay, let's start on this side here. We're under about 1.5 feet of snow right now. City's locked down. The nice thing about it is I don't hear any bullshit going on out in the front yard. You can see it starting to take shape already. Yeah, I know. You notice I haven't even checked to see if it was straight yet. I'll guarantee that it's straight. You don't want to bend it while you're sanding it because you'll sand that bend into it. You have to sand this in your hand. You can't sand it on the workbench. I've heard people say it's better to sand this edge flat and crisp. I don't like it. Doesn't look as good to me. They say it performs better, but shit, I couldn't tell the difference. course, I don't know. I might be able to on this airplane because it's going to be heavy. Most of the airplanes that I build are in the light on the light side, and those little things just don't mean that much on a light airplane because it's going to perform without all that VGs and trim strips and gurney wazoos. So it's taken 20 minutes to sand this flat. And some of that I wasn't even sanding. I won't worry about the tip too much. I gotta cut that after I get it mounted. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now let's round over the leading edge of this thing. We can move on to 80 grit. Let's put a center line in there. Yeah, I'll just do that with 80. This paper's got holes in it. This paper got holes in it, so we gotta swap over to 80 anyway. So now I'm going over where I was sanding the 60 with 80, and then we'll do 180, and then 320. But you always want to shape with coarse sandpaper. That includes a nose block or rudder or tips or whatever you're doing. Use some grit. Turn it out nice. Okay. I'll just do one of these on camera. No, it's the same thing over. Boring. Boring. So we started out at 26 grams on this flap. So in order to mount this, hey, you just watched your silk span videos, and I'm using your, oh good, 24-inch built wing. Half a pint maybe. I would mix up a pint for the whole airplane. If it's a 24-inch airplane, it's not very big. You can, if you got a quart of dope, just mix it 50-50 and start using it at that, you know. But I don't build airplanes that small, so it's hard for me to estimate on a 24-inch wing how much dope it'll take. I'd say mix a pint up. That's a little airplane. I use 1 quart of dope on a big airplane, so that's 1 quart of dope for the whole airplane. That includes the top coat. Okay, I have this thing rough shaped now. And thank you for the super chat. I can't post it anymore because I don't have that software because I can't afford to do it, but I can give you a heart. And there you go. And believe me, with the way this channel is going, it all helps. Okay. And we gotta sand that. That don't look good. Got a nice curve to it. You got a nice curve to it. So now I want to straighten this up best we can. Of course, this thing went all the way down to the floor to make me bend over. Well, let's see what we knocked the weight down to. Probably 25. $22. All right, now the next thing is we're going to switch over to that's 400. I don't have a 180 handy here. Shit. Hey, Steve. Now we'll switch over to the 180 paper. That's 320. Yeah, shit. We got to get all them scratches out of this. And you can spend as much time as you want to do this. I mean, I try, when I'm building, I try to spend the least amount of time as possible to get the job done. But I've seen guys stand on this piece of wood for a week. And they think it's perfect. It ain't. The more you work on it, it's like work hardening metal. It gets worse. Yeah, we got 34 minutes. I'd say I got 25 minutes in doing this. And it's pretty close to being right, you know, being finished. Now, if you look down the flap, it's that airfoil right there. all the way down. We need to work on this leading edge on this, though. Man, I'm hungry. Try to get it round. Okay, so that was dropped to 180. Let's drop down to 320. Like a mindless robot here. You guys can't possibly be enjoying this. You guys would like to see me demo this at Brodax, let me know. Because maybe the technique doesn't come across in a video, but it would in person. If you really wanted to be super accurate, you'd go by stroke count. One this way, one this way. Kind of like sharpening a knife, but it ain't that critical. We just make it look good. But if you're a machinist, you might want to do that. Come out pretty good. Let's see what it weighs, see how much I've taken off. Go down to 21 grams. I guess I could sand on it a little more. try to get it under 20. But then you're going to put the hinges back in it, so it don't much matter. So I need to make some horn clips. I guess I can make a horn clip and because I've already got them blocked out. Here's how I attack this job to make sure that we get perfect spacing. I have no holes in this for hinges. I really have no tip shape on this. I mean, I got an approximate tip shape. This is basswood. We're going to make a horn clip to go on the end there. I'll put it on the flap with the horn clip. Mark my hinge locations. Drill a hole. And cut the tip so that it fits perfect. Because I want this spaced this way. I'll cut that off and sand it to shape. I've got to cut the hinge slots, make up some hinges. Hey, thank you, Roy. I still can hardly believe you guys like to watch this stuff. So, as far as parts go, we got, I'm going to count the exact number of pieces left. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 26. There's 26 parts more to go on the wing. And 26, 27. There's 28 more parts to cut for this airplane. Yeah, they're not big, they're not complicated parts, you know. I'm including everything. There's 3 parts per clip. But I don't think I'm going to do that online. I think I'm going to do that offline. Let's make a clip here. Okay, center line. I mean, you could go nuts and get it perfect. Let's do that because somebody said, well, you didn't do it. Whatever. I think I need my pencil for this. If you guys haven't got one of these Pika pencils, you're big mistake. This is a for building. This beats a school pencil any day of the week. Okay, got a line. Let me get a drill here. I'm just trying to show you how fast it is to make these pieces. It takes nothing. You just got to know what you're looking at. Now, I always use flap clips, but rarely use clips in the elevators. Reason being, you just don't need them. And it's way back there. Well, that's good. That's good, Roy. All right, so you make a center line on your clip, drill an 1/8-inch hole. How deep that has to be, and I'm going to cut that real quick. I'll show you that here as I get that done. You guys can do this any way you like. This is just how I do it. Let's see, this is 16th. I guess it'll be all right. You take this clip and glue it to a piece of plywood. Like I say, this is just how I do it. You can do it any way you like. Then we're going to cut that off, turn it over, and glue it to the other side. Okay, I cut that slot and drilled that hole because you have absolute, unless you want to put it on a drill press, you have absolutely zero chance of drilling that hole right straight down the center. So let's flip it over and glue that piece of wood to the other side. Let me spin the sander up here. Okay, so I got that block. It's all sanded to shape. Just turn it over and glue it on the plywood again on the other side. And I'm using 16th because that's what I had handy, but normally I use 32nd or 64th. But this way, you got to do a flap tweak. You know you can do it. So it's glued on there again. Let me cut it off real quick, sand it square, and then we'll glue it on the flap, drill a hole, shape it. So it takes an hour per flap to make them. Probably an hour and a half because I got hinges to do. Of course. Okay. This is heavy. Let's see what it weighs. I bet it's 3 grams, 4 grams maybe. Five grams, but we'll cut most of it off. So now for the hole down the center, we'll just take the 1/8" drill. Drill down the center, and we need a setback of 3/16 of an inch. So we'll set back 3/16. I suppose white glue would probably be the best glue to use on these because it's hardwood, but I've got away with CA. Of course, I get away with a lot of shit. Damn, come on. Now you need this hole, right, or this slot right here, so that the horn has a place, the bend in the horn has a place to go. Come on now, get your ass on there. Got a burr on it. It's got a burr on it, so we'll just hog this out a little more. Piece of wire. Uh-oh, what happened here? Are we still running? Are we still running? It looked like it went off there for a minute. Okay. YouTube is really screwing up. Okay, so it's not seating down all the way to the trailing edge. So what do I gotta do? Maybe I need a little deeper slot. Little deeper. This has to go up next to the trailing edge of the wing. At least with my hinges anyway. Why is it not going in there? I think I'm gonna have to grind it. Gotta be deep enough. Gotta be deep enough. Yep, it's deep enough. Hoggle it out some more. Now you could make your flaps interchangeable like this, but I always glue them on. Why will that not go in there? I can always cut a little piece of that wire off, I guess. Let me square this up a little bit more. All right, I've rounded over the nose of this to see what's going on, because it certainly doesn't want to get on there for some reason. Why is it not going? I guess I can cut that bigger. Keep dicking with it until it gets on there. There it is. There it is. Okay, cut that off. I'll get it shaped out and then glued on. Okie dokie. You give me a second to sand that to shape. It won't take but maybe a minute. A minute. Ouch. It's a little big. I'll have to hand sand it, but the airfoil's a little fat, but that's okay. I can block sanded into this. So I'm going to white glue that on. So this is going to be the end of the stream here, and I'll come back later. We'll white glue and tape that on, and then I'll block sand that flat. And when we come back, I'll hinge this. Which you guys have seen 100 times. Let's see how much this little piece added here. So we had 21. So I added 2.5 grams. So 21 and 2.5 is 23.5 grams for my flaps. Not great, but not bad. So let's white glue that on there and tape it. Tape it. These damn glue bottles. Nope. The glue bottle is plugged now. Again. Come on now. Bogey Wild. Yeah, there we go. Wonder if I'd use no, we'll just use this. We'll just use this. I got a feeling this profile is going to look pretty nice. I don't know about flying, but she should look good. If I think it's got potential, I'll build a lighter one. I got a wing about half done for it already, built up. I can't remember what it's the inboard side. Got the inboard side done. I need to build the outboard. I was gonna save it for something else, but come on. Let me sit down here and get both hands on this. Okay, so we gotta center this down. Okay, that's centered. Okay, we just need for that to dry. I'm going to add a piece on this side of it because I don't need that much room for the push rod to pass. Okay, that's it. I thank you for the super chats. Roy Lane, and let's see, who else was that? That was Stephen. Appreciate it. We'll do another hour at 7 o'clock. So what do you guys think? Does this profile gonna look okay, you think? I think it's got nice lines. Nice lines. Alrighty, please like, subscribe, and share. I'll be back at 7 o'clock Central, and we'll see you then. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya.